What's going on, Blues? What's going on, guys? Welcome to another match preview, people. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, you guys are doing well. And we got a Chelsea Brighton preview for y'all. Obviously, you guys are. I'm pretty sure you guys already know the news, but I think there's like plenty of things happening right now. And Chelsea and Brighton is one of the things. And by the way, guys, like I don't know, man. Like overall, this game is an important game for us for the top four race for sure, man. I think the top four is very crucial for us. And I think if you're able to get that, then we're going to be able to land the signings that we actually want. But hey, I think currently we are doing very well. Thomas Tuchel has completely, given us a new lifeline to compete for the big trophies. My boy Maher, as always, joining the stream. How you doing, Maher? Welcome to the stream. My guest is on her way. She's gonna be in a couple minutes. We're gonna start the stream a bit early. We're gonna talk about tomorrow's game. Honestly, I don't know, man. It's an important game, but it's not kind of really important because if you're gonna go that Super League, if you're gonna join that, then this game means nothing because our main goal is to get the top four. If you know what I mean, guys. My boy Maher says, been a tough day to digest. I get you, man. I get you. I missed out on the other live stream. Oh, bro, like you never miss out on anything. You can just go watch it later on. But yeah, man. Had to take a beat off football. Yeah, I get you, man. It gets, I guess, a bit boring. Not boring, I would say, a bit tiring sometimes. And you get tired of the news and stuff. It's just a bit annoying, man. It's just a bit annoying. But yeah, man, I think my guest is gonna come. We're gonna have some fresh faces here and there on the channel. We're gonna talk about tomorrow's game. I actually got the lineup ready for tomorrow's game. Maybe I'm gonna make some minor adjustments, but I haven't posted yet. But I will probably in an hour or two, maybe after the stream. We're gonna talk about the tomorrow's game, our lineup, and we're gonna talk about some of the main threats for Brighton. They are a decent side team. They're famous for not basically passing their expected goals and stuff. It's a meme in the community. But hey, man, Meyer says did some charity work. Oh, nice, man. Congrats. I'm actually planning to make a personal channel like very soon. I'm gonna be doing like bunch of stuff, like mostly like non-football related. I just want to be express my stuff. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of I don't know, I want to do helping people, just donating and stuff, or just bunch of public interviews. I want to do those kind of things. I want to do gym stuff. I just like a lot of things, like reaction videos to songs and stuff. I just want to do mainly about me. But hey, we gotta go back to the Chelsea Brighton thing. How do you feel as a Chelsea fan right now? I mean, if you're talking about based on the games and stuff, like overall performances and you know what I mean, overall performances and how have we been since Tuchel came in? I'm pretty happy. I think our performances have been amazing. But I think the news is a bit annoying, but again, it is what it is, man. I think we are doing very well though. Marisa's Ramadan is a beautiful month, so we need to keep up the good energy a bit. Yeah, I agree. Oh, there we go. You're back. How you doing?
All right, I'm here. Good. You?
Yeah, I'm doing good, guys. So, how do you pronounce your name? Heidi or Heidi?
Heidi, but you can use whichever, honestly.
Okay. Because here, in California, people say it in different ways. So I just want to make sure.
Yeah, no, you're good. Whichever.
Yeah, guys. So I'm joined with Heidi. And drop a follow on Instagram. She does bunch of Chelsea reels stuff. Make sure to follow her. But hey, you know why we are here? We are here for the Chelsea Brighton game, and this game, to be fair, we don't even know if it's important or no, because the Super League basically means even if you don't get Champions League, it means nothing. So I don't even know why we're playing for this. Again, I think Tuchel has been doing a fantastic job, but I think for tomorrow's game, how do you feel?
I mean, I'm confident because of course, how we've been playing so far. I'm not super worried at all. Plus, the only thing I would be a little bit worried about is how the players are feeling with everything going on right now. They've got a lot on their minds. They don't know what the future holds and stuff like that. And if, say, that does affect the game tomorrow for some reason we don't play as great, I'm not worried because the same thing happened with West Brom. There was like a little slump, something happened there, but we bounced back the next week. So I'm feeling confident,
Yeah.
and it's not like it's not deciding anything. Of course, we still want to get top 4 in that, but it's not the biggest game of the season.
Yeah, I haven't watched the press conference. I don't know. I think probably Thiago Silva and Christensen will be missing out. Probably Kovacic too. I think we are missing a couple key players. I think I kind of miss Kovacic. 'Cause his dribbling was very crucial for our ball progression and stuff. But I think we have definitely enough quality to beat Brighton. I think Brighton have been pretty much one of the most unluckiest teams in the league. Because their expected goals is pretty crazy. They never score their chances. Their finishers aren't the greatest. But yeah, we're going to go straight up to the lineup. And I usually post my lineups. I'm pretty sure you know that. But so far, I haven't posted it. But this is like the lineup that I've gone with. So what you think about it?
Let me go through it.
So I got Mendy. I can
you
read it
have
for you so
me.
it's easier.
Yeah.
Mendy, SP, Zouma, Rudiger for the back three. Reece, Kante, Jorginho, Chilwell as our, I guess, the 4 in the middle, and then Mount, Havertz, and Pulisic as our front 3.
Okay, yeah, I'm happy. And I'm glad you included Pulisic in there because, I mean, he's been playing well for the last few games, but for some reason he plays well, and then Tuchel takes him out like the next day, and it's just kind of up and down. And I think he needs more game time, get his confidence back, get his fitness back, and all of that. So I'm happy you included him. So I hope to see him tomorrow for sure.
Yeah. I think I'm not sure if Jorginho might start or maybe even Kante. I think they played a lot like against Manchester City. Maybe even I think I'm expecting maybe Chilwell to get rotated or maybe even Reece with Hudson-Odoi. I think I just put this lineup very quickly, but I think there's gonna be probably some rotations. We might see Emerson start as that left center back position instead of Rudiger. There's plenty of options, but I think pretty much it's gonna be the back 3 again. So do you think? This is kind of off topic, but do you think like we should like switch back to like a back 4, or like you think we should continue with the back 3?
Honestly, I think we should continue with the back 3. Like for me, back 3's been working well, even into like next season. If we can keep it up, I think we should keep it up for sure. Because plus we're getting like more goals, and like it's just we're pressing a lot more when we have the back 3, which I like. Whereas when we're back with the back 4, it just felt like a lot of passing, a lot of play in the back. We're playing really like deep, and no, I just prefer the back 3 a lot more. Plus I like how it gives like Chilwell and Reece James a better chance to like go up there because those two like to cross a lot, so they can run up the wing. That's really good. So
yeah,
back 3 for
I
sure.
agree. One thing I noticed, I think, is that like Chilwell and Reece James, they don't feel as comfortable as they felt like in the fullback position. I think this wingback position, it kind of asks for different traits. I think Alonso kind of mastered it a bit during like the Conte times. But I think Chilwell said it in his like interviews. He said like he actually like asked like Tuchel how can he improve in that position? How can he like be a better player for that specific role? And I think so far, personally, I think he's improved quite a bit since like Tuchel came in. And I think right now he's like Tuchel's number 1 guy for that position. And I think his pace is pretty underrated too. I think he's very energetic and physical too.
Oh yeah. And I see what you mean when you say like he is not super comfortable, because there's times when he does run up and he loses the ball at like the halfway line for some reason, and he's not super composed when he has to go back. So I've seen him like lose a few balls on that left wing there. So I see what you mean. But he's handling it well, to be honest. He's handling it well.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we definitely need like a backup for Reece James. I just don't want to see Hudson-Odoi in that position. I think he's wasted there. And I think with Pulisic's injury record, I think it's good to have like 2 left fingers competing. And do you have like any options for like right back / right wing back for like summer?
I honestly, no, I didn't think about that right back position until now. You mentioned it, like someone to like back up Reece James in that position. I actually hadn't thought of that. So I think that's something we have to look into if we're going to continue with the back 3. Then
Yeah, I think center backs is a position that I don't know. You saw in like Will's the story we had like with Will, like we might sell Zouma. Rudiger's future is not clear. Aspi pretty much he's gonna stay for sure. I think Christensen is pretty much safe to say he's gonna stay, and Thiago Silva, his contract it's ending, but I'm pretty sure he's gonna extend as well. But I think the main 2 guys are Zouma and Rudiger, that their future is not clear. But I think Zouma is gonna get he's gonna get sacrificed in my opinion.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I like him, but I think he's gonna get sacrificed.
I mean, if it was up to me completely, I keep them both.
Yeah,
But if their future is unsure, then I think we need to think fast, of course, because we've had defensive problems this season, so we know what that could do to like the team as a whole if that back three is not, if we don't have a good back three. So if they do want to sacrifice them and if they're gonna leave, we need to think fast and we need to work fast.
yeah. So my boy
Yeah,
Maher says, wait, it's this one. He says like, what's your score predictions? What do you think? What's your score prediction?
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea. That's what I
Yeah.
usually say. Like every stream, I always say 2-0 or 2-1. Like that's my go-to like
Yeah.
prediction every single like preview.
Nah, 2-1. I mean 2-0.
Yeah, who do you think is gonna
Yeah.
score?
Ooh. I see a Pulisic goal. Pulisic goal. And I think Havertz might get one in there. I think
Havertz.
Havertz and Pulisic. Yeah, I feel like he's gonna get one in there. Because I know
I
the
was,
last game we played, he
yeah,
had like a little where he almost scored and like the goalkeeper got his hands on that. I feel like he's gonna redeem himself with this next game.
yeah, definitely. I think Havertz when he signed, I was so happy, man. I felt like he's gonna be the next deal. I still believe in him. I think the Premier League sometimes needs like it requires for some players to be more physical, be more, I guess, aggressive with their decisions on the ball. I think Bundesliga is like you can take your ball, you can take your time, just do some nice tricks and stuff. But I think Premier League you got to be fast because the moment you just wait, you already lost the ball. It's a counter attack.
Oh yeah, and Brighton, like the physicality in that team. Yeah.
What do you think of Mason Mount? How was your initial thoughts when you like during Lampard times, people were saying like he's Lampard's son. What was your
Yeah.
initial thoughts about him?
Okay, so with Mason, I didn't think much of him. I was kind of just like, okay, he's been consistent, he's been doing his thing, he's playing well. I just kind of put him in the middle of the team. I was just like, okay, whatever he's doing it good. And when Lampard left, to be honest, there was a second where I thought, okay, he might take a slump. He's probably gonna struggle because maybe Lampard was nurturing him and that, and how he's transitioned and like he's literally kept it up or even got even better. So Mason, honestly, I feel like he's one of our most consistent players, and I'm just really happy with how he's playing. And yeah, I have no faults with Mason. Like 100% each and every game. He's one of those players that even if he's having a bad day, and you can see he's having a bad day, he'll keep chasing the ball. He'll do what he can.
Yeah.
And what I like about Mason is we've got a lot of players that once they start nearing the 18 area, they kind of get a bit scared to take a shot and decide to go for like these small passes. But with Mason, if he's gonna go over the crossbar, if he's gonna miss wide, he's going for the shot, which is what I respect about him. He's not scared to go for goal for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I think his off the ball movement, his off the ball defensive work is like sublime. The guy is just like a lovely person. I think he's gonna be the future Chelsea captain probably after Azpilicueta. I think Mason just gets a lot of, I would say, disrespect from our own fans and a lot of rival fans, like especially a couple of months ago, because he's pretty skillful, but I think he's not the most like trickiest. Like he doesn't do a lot of skill moves and stuff. I think that's why he doesn't really get the catch. He doesn't catch the eyes. Like people like Phil Foden, Grealish, like even Madison. I think they get way more praise than Mason Mount. I think Mason Mount, his efficiency, has intelligence in the game. I think that's why, in my opinion, I think he's way better than James Madison. I think overall as a midfielder, he's way better. Grealish, again, I think he's not. I don't see him as a number 8. I just see him as a more like a free roaming attacking midfielder that like creates chances. And then Phil Foden, again, I think he kind of lacks on the defensive side. I think he's just like similar to Jack Grealish, but be more skillful, like better on dribbling and stuff. But I think Mason Mount, the guy is like 22, and like probably in 2 or 3 years' time, he's gonna be world class, man. World class.
Exactly. And I don't understand how when you see these reels or these small talks of people talking about the future of football, they constantly leave Mason out of it. And I know he's not the youngest player. He's not the same age as like these boys are 19 and 20. He's got a few more years on them. But I feel like if we're talking about the future of football and talking about young players, he should definitely be in the conversation. And I don't see why he's getting left out when amongst all these boys, he's probably the most consistent. Because if you think about some of these young boys, they have like a very good match, very skillful, score a goal against a big club, but then the next 3 games they're just kind of consistent and in there. Whereas Mason might not score the biggest goal, might not dribble past the best defenders, but his performance each and every game is consistent. So I feel like he should be in that talk about like future stars. And I don't know why he gets left out when people speak about, okay, Phil Foden, Bukayo Saka. I've seen people put Curtis Jones above him and these type of players. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how is that possible? It's not possible.
Yeah, facts. I agree. I think Mason probably he never. I think a lot of people who watched the academy, they already know what kind of a player he was. But I think last season when he was sometimes playing on the wings because of the tactical reasons and injury reasons, I think his performance kind of dropped. And I think last season, I don't know if you noticed, he was playing a different role. I think he was playing like a similar role that like how Thomas Muller plays. He's like that the shadow striker, whatever that position. Damn it!
I think I lost you for
There
a
we
second.
Yeah, it
Okay.
always
I
happens
thought
for
that was
some reason.
me. Okay.
No, I think I was saying like he was playing like a similar role to like Thomas Muller because like just basically attacking the spaces and trying to open up more space for the white players, for Villian and Pulisic at the time. But I think that's why he couldn't really get a lot of time on the ball, and as a result, he wasn't really creating a lot of chances. But I think this season it's clear that the guy's a very top class chance creator. I think he has the third or the fourth most chances created in the league, which
Oh
is
yeah.
very good for a player of his age. I think I don't know, man. The guy so underrated, man. So underrated.
So underrated. Yeah, he's disrespected a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Same
I
thing
think
happens with
it's.
Reece James as well in our
Oh yeah,
team.
I was gonna say that exactly. I was gonna say
Yeah. Those two, I don't understand why people sleep on them.
Reece James.
Yeah.
I think he gets a bit more hype than from Mason Mount. I think because like
Yeah.
him and Trent and Van Bissaka, they kind of have that rivalry. I think majority of even the rival fans they agree that Reece is the complete player like compared to those
Yeah.
two. I think Reece, his maturity on the ball and his physicality is just like
It's
for his
insane.
age, it's crazy. He
Oh yeah.
bullies Wilfred Zaha. Like I remember, like last season, he was playing against Sadio Mane. I think Sadio Mane didn't have like time to like do anything with the ball, man.
He's always pocketing strikers, honestly. Plus, I feel like maybe for Reece, it's been a bit better because he has like, when he's compared to like Trent and Wan-Bissaka and these guys, he has like a set position. We all know that they're all right backs. Whereas Mason, from time to time, you could see him in different positions, and the people that he's compared to are also in different positions. So it's kind of difficult in terms of that.
Yeah, he reminds me of like a young De Bruyne, like Mason Mount, because De Bruyne used to be that like playing bunch of positions, like even wide areas under Guardiola. He was playing deeper for Belgium. He plays like an attacking midfielder for Man City, and I think he kind of has that similar like in-game intelligence, like his movement, his vision. I think his link-up play. I think they are pretty similar. I'm not saying the same quality, obviously, but I think definitely they're stylistically they're very similar. What do you think about like Jorginho or Kovacic?
Jorginho or Kovacic? Should I speak on one of
Both,
them?
both Jorginho and Kovacic. You can go one by one.
So one person who got like disrespected a lot as well was Jorginho. I remember about last season, I would say exactly a year ago, every time I would speak on Jorginho, people would be like, "Oh, he's useless." And I think that's around the time that I'm sure you've seen the meme where the referee ran past him.
I posted like an IG reel on my
Yeah,
page
you
too.
posted that. Yeah, so that was really funny. So around that time, he was getting a lot of disrespect as well. But I'm not gonna put Jorginho up there. But one thing that people don't realize, if you watch football and you proper watch football, you see that Jorginho's passing and his vision is crazy. Like Jorginho's passing is just like how he sees the ball, how he finds spaces. I think it's very good. And I'm not gonna put him up there because there's a lot of things he needs to work on. But on the ball, his control, his passing, it's really good. So I do rate him. I'd love him to stay and all of that. But and yeah, and Kovacic, oh my goodness, Kovacic, like I think Kovacic is insane. Like I just think Kovacic is insane.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I know he didn't play so much like in his early years at Chelsea and that, but now Kovacic, he's one of those people that if he gets subbed on, whatever position he's going on, whoever he's taking off the pitch, you can count on him. You can count on him. It doesn't matter if we're taking out a striker, if we're taking out a defender, wherever Kovacic goes, we can count on him and he can hold his position wherever he's playing. So both of them are pretty solid. Of course, I would give Kovacic, like if I'm to pick who I want, I'd pick Kovacic, of course. But Jorginho's passing is crazy. And Kovacic, physicality on the ball, and Kovacic is wow.
Do you think Jorginho's like especially long passing is consistent enough?
Consistent? No, not really. But he had times where there are certain games where Jorginho, when he's on his game, he's like finding his players.
Yeah.
Like the man he picks, the ball's going there. But then if he's having an off game, he kind of seems just like a little like chicken running up and down in the middle. So he does have
Yeah,
these moments, but when he's on his game, if he picks his pass, it's going there for sure.
100%, 100%. I think both of them are very good players. But I think if he continue with this back three system, I definitely think they have a spot for the team. I think Jorginho is much suited to more like a more like a, I would say, a robotic type of football. You know, like how Maurizio Sarri implemented his team. Like he has like a set role of like, I think Jorginho is very good at great at short passing. Just those quick 5 yard passes, moving on the ball to like left to right, left to right. I think that's what he does on the best. That's his best attribute. Kovacic, again, I think his dribbling as press resistance is just world class, man. The guy doesn't lose the ball. But I think he has like similar issues with like the like key line breaking passes. I think I've seen him like a couple times do that for like in our recent games, but I think overall he just doesn't do it on a consistent basis. But I think Kante, when they play next to Kante, I think they definitely are much more confident and they can trust that they have one guy who's like very elite defensively and they can just take more risks on the ball.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, I
Uh,
completely agree. I completely agree.
yeah. So I saw like you post like a IG reel about Lingard. Are you a big fan of Lingard?
Um, I feel like I was
Yeah,
around that time, around the World Cup time when they went to World Cup. I was just, yeah, I just thought I thought he was insane at that time, and of course, he was at United at that time, and United for me is my main rival. So if I like a United player, I definitely like them. But for Lingard, I wouldn't say it was more of like Lingard over everybody. I think around that time, I really wanted to get like an England jersey, and at that time, he was just, I don't know, he was just playing good football, and I got it. So now there's like you've seen the Lingardino memes and all of this. It's like I think it's just perfect that I got the shirt around that time, and yeah, for me, he's a good player. He's a good player. I wouldn't put him up there. I wouldn't trash him and say Lingard is trash or anything.
yeah,
He's just one of those players I enjoyed watching when I was younger, and I still do.
yeah. In 2018, he was kind of like hyped. Like he was playing
Yeah,
decent for United, and he was starting for England. I don't know why he was starting for England, especially
yeah.
that weird midfield three that like Gareth Southgate had. I still to this day I was waiting for Loftus-Cheek to start. I think that season he had like a great season for
Mm-hmm.
Crystal Palace. He's my guy, man. Like I've DM'd him a couple of times. We responded to each other. Like I'm a
You
big
really
fan
like
of the guy.
Loftus-Cheek, huh?
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the guy. Like I've watched him for like I don't know 7 or 8 years. Like I know what kind of a player he is. I remember like Mourinho was playing him as a defensive midfielder. I'm like, come on, dude. Like
Mm-hmm.
whoever is like 6'3" doesn't mean they're like a defensive midfielder.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I've just never seen that with Loftus-Cheek, so I'll just have to wait on it. I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for
Yeah,
it because you said you see talent, and if you see it in him, I'll give him time. But as of right now, I just thought he's one of those people that it's okay if we lose him. But we'll see. We'll see.
yeah. My predictions, I think he's gonna get sold. I think Thomas Tuchel probably wants his own type of midfielders. And with this back three system, I just don't think it suits him. Because like in a midfield two, it kind of limits his abilities. I think in a midfield three, like when we are playing with a 4-3-3, that basically gets the best out of him. But I think
Yeah.
definitely he can join like a Everton or something, and he can significantly like improve their midfield,
Mm-hmm.
especially on the left side. Like I think I asked this question on the live, but like name me like three players that you're gonna sign in the summer. Just like a prediction. I don't know.
Like I would want to sign?
Yeah, just for let's say a budget
Okay.
around like 200 million.
Okay. So I'm just gonna get the Haaland and Lukaku one out of the way. If we're picking one between those two, of course I'm going with Lukaku. My reasons because Haaland, I just don't know. I just don't know if I would
Yeah, I
like
get
him. No
you.
one's gonna say no to like a Haaland or like a Messi. So if he said he wanted to come to Chelsea, welcome him with open arms. But if I'm to pick, I'm gonna go for Lukaku.
Yeah,
And beginning of the season, I wasn't sure about this move where we wanted Declan Rice. In the beginning, I kind of thought it was just like a Lampard wanting more English players, doing like a Mason Mount type of thing. And that was like a lot of stereotypes. But now that I think of it, I wouldn't mind having Declan Rice for sure. And this isn't really a signing, but I really want to see Malang Sarr come and play. I want to
mm,
see how he like works in the system. So that's not really a signing, but that's someone I want to come to Chelsea and see how he plays in the system. So
You
yeah,
watched a
those are
lot
my
of him.
top three.
Like, have you seen like how he played like in his like couple of years ago or no?
Yeah, I wouldn't say I watched a lot, but like when I noticed that we wanted him, I started doing a bit of my research, watching a few highlights, and yeah, I like what I see. So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, I
definitely.
heard like good things about him, but I think definitely he still has a lot of things to improve. And he hasn't
Mm-hmm.
been like a main starter for Porto. I think he's been like a squad player. I definitely think he needs like a maybe a Premier League loan move to like improve his
Mm-hmm.
weaknesses and
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
We got
yeah.
plenty of defenders. Like we got Mark Way. I don't know if you're familiar with him. There was this like Mboyamba. He scored like last week. He's like
Mm-hmm.
19 years. He actually joined us this summer from Barcelona for a free transfer.
Mm-hmm.
He's like a touch defender. He's like the I guess the
Mm-hmm.
new Van Dijk or whatever this media people call him. We got a lot of center backs, and
What
our
do
current center
you
backs are pretty much very good too.
what do you think about like the rumors of us getting David Alaba?
David Alaba.
Are you
Mm,
with that or like nah? He can...
he's definitely a world class player because you don't see players like of him. Like he's basically world class in three different positions, like center back, left back, and even the midfield. He's playing with Kimmich in the midfield right now. The guy definitely has qualities, but I think his wage demands are too much. I think he wants
Mm-hmm.
like 300K or 350K. I think that's absurd
Yeah.
numbers. He
How
definitely has the
about
quality. I'm pretty sure he's going to join Real Madrid or something like that.
and Rafael Varane?
Oh, I love that guy, man.
Oh
Rafa
my
Varane's
God, the
like
way your face just lit up when I said his name.
the guys. In my opinion, like he's like a better version of Zuma, like
Yeah.
two times better than Zuma. I think he's faster, better on the ball, but I think stylistically they're similar. But I think the guy, if he can like if he's available, I heard like he's like interested to move away from Real Madrid. Like I
Mm-hmm.
would definitely sign him for like 60, 70 million or even 80
Okay.
million. I think I would take him all day, man. All day.
Okay. Okay. Also, one more. I remember once you mentioned that you think Chilwell has a few things he needs to improve on. So would you, if it was like up to you, would you start Chilwell over Alonso, or are you still you think Chilwell needs to improve, or like you'd still start Alonso over Chilwell
For the Brighton game or just like for the rest of the season?
for the rest of the season, like not just the
I would
Brighton game?
definitely keep Chilwell. I think Chilwell definitely offers way more. I think he's younger. He's our main signing for that left back position. Alonso, I think he's like moments player. I think consistently, if you want to rely upon him, he's just not that guy. I think if you need like some big moments, just bring him on for like a free kick or like a header or like a last minute
Yeah.
shot or something. I think he's gonna do well. But I think uh, Chilwell is definitely my number one left wing back as of right now.
Okay. Okay, good.
Did you when we like signed like bunch of players during summer, did you think like we're gonna go for the title or you thought like maybe like top four is still like a realistic target?
So my when we signed a bunch of players, my honest like opinion when we did that, I just thought we were gonna have the worst season ever. I thought we were gonna struggle. Not like
Mhm.
the worst season ever, but
Yeah,
I know how you remember how a few years ago United did the same thing and they
yeah,
struggled. They struggled to like coordinate all their players. I had honestly accepted the fact I was like, all right, we've got amazing players. In 3 years' time, we're gonna be firing. But I was like, this season, let me just put it to the back of my mind. I just want to see some good football. If we get top four, we get top four. But I was like, this season is gonna take a lot of patience. I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna rush anything. I just want to see how the boys gel together. And so I wasn't expecting anything from this season. But now where we are right now, I'm actually surprised. From
hmm,
where we were around like the Lampard stage when we hit that big slump, like
yeah.
I was surprised, but I wasn't surprised. And to see where we are now, Champions League semis, FA Cup final, like I did not expect this. So yeah, I was
Yeah.
ready for like a rough year. So this has been good.
Interesting,
Hmm.
very interesting. I definitely thought like I was very optimistic. I thought we are gonna get like at least second. But it
Really?
turned out to yeah. I thought like our squad was pretty much comparable, at least to Liverpool's. I think their starting 11 is a bit better, but I think our squad as an overall, I think was pretty like very comparable. City obviously they got like two like main starting 11s, like so many like great players like in one team. But I definitely thought like maybe second or third was a realistic option. But as of right now, we are outside of top four. Liverpool is winning, I think, and our top four position is a bit undecided yet. And out of nowhere, West Ham they're having a great season. Leicester City they're continuing their great run of form from last season with their injured players coming back. It's gonna be like a difficult season to finish off, man. Very difficult.
So when we got those five new people, like you initially thought, all right, this is gonna be a great season. Like you
Yeah,
were like from the beginning, you didn't think about,
yeah.
okay, five new people on the pitch.
No, I understood that. I
Like,
understood that, but I think
yeah.
we definitely had enough qualities to like finish second or third.
Okay. Okay.
Because if
I like
Tuchel,
that.
let's say, he took over like in the beginning of the season, do you think we could have like finished like second or third?
Yeah.
There
I
we
mean,
go.
yeah.
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 I
Okay.
think
Yeah.
the
True.
team is great. Like I think they're let's say if like Werner goes to his like Leipzig form or Havertz or like I don't know Ziyech, they go back to their old form. We have definitely like great quality to
Oh
at least
yeah.
compete with Liverpool's and City. Because I remember last season we were like very like close to like Liverpool and Man City's level. I remember in FA Cup we played with Pedro and Willian and Barkley. Billy Gilmour was in the midfield. I think we dominated them in the FA Cup match, and I think it showed that Lampard, he knew what he was doing, but I think he's just lack of experience costed him at the end, man. I think he kind of rushed to like force his football a bit early.
Yeah. Yeah. There was like a lot of rush going on with the Lampard thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
think I don't know. It's a bit tough, but I think overall, Tuchel was the right appointment so far.
Mhm.
He got fired from PSG, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, Pochettino went there. Tuchel definitely he knows like a lot of academy players. I remember before we hired Maurizio Sarri, he was one of the main options, but he went to PSG at the end. But I think he definitely has a great relationship with the young players. And I
Yeah.
think for tomorrow's game, I'm pretty sure he's gonna do well. Brighton, do you know like any like do you think any there's like any big dangers from Brighton, like any dangerous players?
Honestly, no. Like I know
No.
right before I came on here, I just went and checked their lineup against the last match they played, and no, not really. I don't have any specific players, dangers with certain players, but they do collect a lot of fouls, Brighton.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's just something that we have to think about with like our players and that because the last game they got 2 yellow cards and they're quite physical, so that's not really like player specific, but as a team, that's always something to look out for.
Yeah, I think
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I hope like one of my favorite like Persian players start for Brighton. I like him. He scored like a bicycle kick last year. I don't know if you remember John Beck.
No,
No, you don't
not sure
remember
about
him. That
that. Mm-mm.
I don't like Mehdi Taremi scored a bicycle kick against like us for Porto.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That guy I've known him for like 10 years since he was like in Iran.
Really.
Yeah, like I've seen him. He's like every time I see him, I kind of remind like a Morata. He's like he misses like big
Mm-hmm.
chances. He's like a very similar player to Morata.
Mm-hmm.
But I hope like John Beck starts. He's like a great player, but so far he hasn't done well for I don't know
Mm-hmm.
Brighton for like he's been there for like 2 or 3 seasons. I'm sure he wasn't like in the top scorer of the Eredivisie at one point.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. How do you
I
feel
think
about our
yeah,
goalkeeper situation as well? Are you happy with like Kepa starting for some reason if he starts tomorrow? Or are you one of those
Kepa.
people that are like you do not want to see him on the pitch unless it's a Carabao Cup?
The only thing I like about Kepa is just his hairstyle.
I did
Yeah,
not
that's about
expect
it.
that. So like
Yeah,
if the lineup comes out tomorrow and you see Kepa starting, will you be okay with that? Or it's one of those that like, no,
I
we want
mean,
Mendy on the pitch.
I would be okay. I think I always try to back the players.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if he definitely go with the Man City performance, I think he's gonna start. But I think Mendy is the Premier League goalkeeper and the Champions League. I think Kepa is the FA Cup goalkeeper. So I think I'm pretty sure Mendy's gonna start because he hasn't done anything wrong to be dropped. But
Mm-hmm.
Kepa, I think his concentration isn't there. Sometimes he's very not vocal in the box, especially during
Oh
set
yeah, I was
pieces.
gonna say that, yeah.
He
He
just
doesn't
doesn't talk enough.
communicate
I
with
think
his
recently,
team.
yeah, he recently improved a bit. Maybe it's because of Mendy. Maybe it's because of the goalkeeping coaches try to like teach him some stuff. But in my opinion, definitely Mendy is the better goalkeeper
Yeah.
for sure.
So you don't mind having Kepa as a second choice goalkeeper, or you want to invest in another goalkeeper?
I mean, 72 million for a second keeper. I think that's a bit too much. I think we should just loan him or sell him. That's I don't know, a big investment for a backup
Yeah,
player. That's crazy.
and keep Caballero as second choice.
Caballero, I heard he might leave this season. I don't know.
Yeah.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
But
We'll see.
Mendy, I to be honest, did you know anything about Mendy before he signed for Chelsea or no?
Nope. For me,
Same.
he
I
was
didn't know
like a
anything.
random French player that was picked out of somewhere.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think he surprised me a lot. I think where do you think like he ranks in the Premier League goalkeepers? Do you think he's like top three, top four,
Top
top five?
top four, top three, top four.
Mm.
I mean, I remember once I commented on this, and like a lot of people were like, "Oh, it's too early, his first season." And the thing is, like, a lot of people who commented were like, "Oh no, it's too early. You're comparing him to goalkeepers that have won Golden Gloves." And I remember when United fans would comment this, I would say, "Well, it's basically the same thing you did with Bruno Fernandes. He came in, and you start comparing him to KDB. So if Mendy comes in, we can compare him to De Gea, you know." So
Yeah.
I definitely put him up there. Mendy doesn't like make a lot of mistakes. He's solid. First season in the Premier League from a Farmers League, that's really good. And the only time I've seen Mendy make errors is when he tries to use his feet.
Hmm.
I really hate when the ball is by Mendy's feet. I really don't like that. But that's like
He's not
it's
that
not like
bad.
and oh my God, man, he passes the ball to the, to the wrong player. Well, I've seen it a couple of times, but like every time Mendy has the ball, I'm like, please pick it up. So yeah, so Mendy, I don't think he makes a lot of errors, and he communicates with his players a lot. Even when the ball is on the other side of the pitch, Mendy's
Mhm.
yelling. Mendy's super vocal. So yeah, he's top three for sure, for
Yeah.
sure.
By the way, who's your like favorite all-time Chelsea player?
Oh my goodness, this okay, this is not like football legend or anything, but for me, Hazard, he literally changed everything for me. Like the way I
Yeah.
saw football, Hazard is just I can't watch another player like that. And like Hazard, it's literally one of those that I tell people now that since Real Madrid doesn't want him anymore, like if it was up to me for him to come back, he'd definitely come back. And people kind of say, "Oh no, but he's injured." And when I say that, I don't mean come back and get on the pitch and replace someone. I mean having Hazard at Chelsea, he is just wow. Like for me, he's just changed Chelsea.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
Hazard. Hazard was
Oh,
my
for
main guy.
sure.
One thing I'm sad
Man.
is that I never could go like to Stamford Bridge to watch one of his games before he left
Mhm.
Chelsea. That's what I'm like
Mhm.
mad about.
Mhm. Like for
Hopefully,
me,
maybe
I
once.
think it's beautiful if
Yeah.
he retires with us.
He said he's gonna be back one day at Chelsea. We don't know if it's as a
I
coach or
hope.
like maybe a youth coach.
I
I don't know,
hope.
but hopefully he's gonna be back one day.
And second player after Hazard?
You go first. You go first.
Okay, I'm gonna give two. One is kind of like um not like a great football legend or anything, but the easier answer, second is JT. Like
Hmm.
JT, like I love defenders. I love defenders, so JT 100%. And one player I really enjoyed watching was Ramirez. Like oh Ramirez,
Hmm.
I just loved it. I just loved him. And back in the day I really liked Oscar as well. So
Hmm.
Ramirez and Oscar, if we just make them one player, those two I really loved watching them play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My sister
so
likes Oscar. She used to like talk about like him all the time.
yeah,
Uh,
Oscar was
for me, the second best player, I mean, second favorite player, I would say, I think Juan Mata is up there definitely for me.
mm-hmm.
Juan Mata, Drogba. I
Oh
liked
yeah.
Mason Mount, to be fair, for me is up there. I
Mm-hmm.
like Zouma too. Zouma is like one of my favorite players too. He's just a funny
Mm-hmm.
guy.
Mm-hmm.
But definitely for now,
How
what
about
about like
right
young
now?
players?
Young players?
Yeah,
Like current.
yeah,
Right
current.
now in the Chelsea team, my favorite player is Reece James. Like oh
Mm,
Reece, like right now, Reece, I will pick Reece over anybody right now.
yeah,
And I really like this one is a difficult answer when you tell people I really like Timo. Like a lot of people, every time I say that, of course, they're like, oh, Timo doesn't do anything. He's a flop. He can't score. But I keep saying it every single day, guys, just wait. When Timo starts being Timo, you're going to see what I'm talking about. So right now, I'll give it to Reece James and Timo.
yeah. Reece James is definitely one of my favorites too. I mean, yeah, I would say him and Mason are up there. I like Hudson-Odoi too. The only
Mm-hmm.
shirt that I got for like from like players this season, I think is just Reece James. I got the away kit. Like, I hope like he turns to like number 2 one day. I don't know. 24 is like
Mm-hmm.
bit of a like I guess like it looks like a squad player or something.
Yeah.
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 I don't know. We got just too many great young players, and we got like a lot of like bunch of like great like lovely like people like in our team.
We do. We
Yeah,
do.
like
Yeah. A lot
Kante.
of
I
our
mean, how can you
young
like not
players
like
are,
Kante?
yeah, we have the nicest player in football, literally in football on our team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you watch Werner like in Leipzig?
No, I think fully I watched two of Werner's games without knowing that he'd come to Chelsea. So when I heard that like speculation of Werner coming, I was like, oh no, I've seen him. I watched this game. But yeah, then every time we kind of like have rumors about like getting someone, I always go back and like watch their games, watch their highlights, and see what we're getting. So when I watched those, I was like, oh yes, we need him.
I definitely
Mhm.
knew that he was like he used to miss couple chances like internet is annoying.
You're good. You're good.
Yeah. I was saying that Werner is definitely gonna do well. Same with Kai Havertz. I think Kai Havertz, the guy has a potential. He
Yeah.
just looks so like comfortable on the ball. I think the way he just
Mhm.
it's like he's just like so relaxed, but like he's like it's like he's just naturally gifted on the ball.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I think you think his future is like in a striker position or like attacking midfielder?
Havertz,
Yeah,
attacking mid. I want to see him
attacking
in
mid.
midfield. Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
like did you prefer that midfield three of Kante, Mason, and Havertz when we were like playing a 4-3-3 with Lampard?
Honestly, no. The thing is, around the Lampard time, I wanted to see Havertz like play in the middle up front because he seemed like comfortable there, but that always resulted in Timo playing on the wing. So it's like I liked it because Havertz was doing well, but I didn't like it because other people, meaning Timo, had to be a bit uncomfortable or had to be benched. So I didn't know how
Yeah,
to go about it. So it meant like one player is playing comfortable, but the other one had to like adjust and play in the position they didn't like. So I still feel like we need to figure that out, like
yeah. I think
how we're gonna
definitely
make
time
that
will
work.
tell. Time
Yeah,
will tell. I think Werner definitely needs to improve like a lot of his overall game. I think his touch is
yeah.
worse than mine. Like I thought my touch is bad. His touch is worse than mine. Like it
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like
he's
the ball doesn't
struggling.
like stick to his like
Yeah.
feet.
Yeah, plus
Uh,
the confidence is on 0.
mhm.
Hmm.
Definitely. I think it's just time. I think when a lot of away, I mean European signings that came to Premier League this season, like players like Thiago, Van de Beek, all those guys, I think they haven't really performed very well this season. Even Thomas Partey, there's like so many Alex Telles, just the list goes on. But I
Yeah.
think next season we're gonna see how they play. Because I don't know if you remember last season, and Ndombele was just a bench player. This season he was being like the
Hmm.
main one of the main players for Tottenham.
Yeah. Speaking of bench players, Gareth Bale. Like I don't
He
know
got
what they've
like
done. I don't know
yeah.
what they've done to him, but yeah, I think the season will be better. This has been really bad for a lot of people. Like a lot of people have had big slumps. Even if they started well, like I feel like there's been at least one player in like a top 6 club who's had like a very big slump.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, to wrap this up, for tomorrow's game, I'm pretty confident. I'm sure you're confident too. You said 2-0, right? For the
2-0.
score?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
We've got a
okay.
Pulisic and a Havertz goal.
Yeah. I think I want to see Pulisic get like a hat trick, maybe. I don't know. I think we definitely can score a couple goals against Brighton. They're
Mm-hmm.
not the best team, but we definitely can cause like some serious damage for them. But hey,
Yeah.
thanks for joining, guys.
Sure.
Thanks Haiti for joining. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like on the stream. I put like her I think her Instagram link in the my story. So if you guys want to follow her, make sure to go to my story and click on the link or whatever. But yeah, thanks for joining and see you later for the next stream. Bye bye.
Yep.